Baroque artist Andrea Sacchi entered the household of Cardinal Antonio Barberini in 1637 and was placed in the same employment category with 3 slaves, a gardener, a dwarf, and an old nurse. In 1640 he was promoted, joining other pensioners like writers, poets, and secretaries.
Jean-Michel Basquiat. I thought I was going to be a bum for the rest of my life.
Andy Warhol. Employees make the best dates. You don't have to pick them up, and they're always tax deductible.
Samuel Beckett. To find a form that accommodates the mess, that is the task of the artist now.
Samuel Beckett had an affair with Peggy Guggenheim in 1937.
In her 2003 videotaped performance, Untitled, Andrea Fraser recorded a hotel room sexual encounter with a private collector who had paid close to $20,000, not for sex, according to Fraser, but to make an artwork.
Peggy Guggenheim's father went down on the Titanic. Her first marriage to the Dadaist Lawrence Vail resulted in 2 children. Her second marriage to Max Ernst saved him from Nazi persecution. In addition to Samuel Beckett, she has had affairs with Yves Tanguy, Constantine Brancusi, and Marcel Duchamp. Peggy told her daughter Peggy she'd rather own a Picasso than have a daughter. Peggy threatened to burn her mother's collection and committed suicide.
The composer Salieri, jealous of Mozart's superior abilities as a composer, commissioned Mozart to write a requiem for his own father, hoping to drive him mad. And after months of waiting, Salieri grew impatient and poisoned Mozart instead.
After an unhappy career in advertising, Sam Blackstaff began collecting and curating, and cultivated relationships with Patti Smith and Robert Mapplethorpe, as a benefactor and lover to both. He is widely acknowledged as one of the first to champion photography as an art. His collection sold to the Getty Museum in 1984, 3 years before he died of AIDS.
Scholars doubt that Vermeer ever became a Catholic, but one of his paintings, The Allegory of Catholic Faith, reflects a belief in the Eucharist.
SugarDaddy.com. We are the first and most original dating site of its kind, devoted to quality people that lead a better than average lifestyle, and those they want to share it with. We offer a wide diversity of people searching over dating sites for romance, relationships of convenience, or sugar daddy dating. As a very popular online dating site, our success is driven by having a database of thousands of successful men and beautiful women who accept that ambition and a successful lifestyle are traits of attraction. See why we are the most pioneering and talked about site of its kind. Our goal is not only to find you happiness, but finding you happiness within the lifestyle you desire.
But Vermeer's marriage had its problems. His brother-in-law molested his wife, and his mother-in-law would do nothing to reprimand him or condemn the situation. There is a thinly veiled reference to this in the cuckold scenario depicted in the painting The Girl with the Wine Glass.
It is rumored that Mariah Carey sucked Tommy Mottola's dick to get her record contract. The two have since married and divorced.
The cathedral adjacent to the Kremlin was commissioned by Ivan the Terrible. Upon its completion, he thought it so beautiful that he had the eyes of the Italian architects who designed it gouged out to prevent them from ever making anything else, ensuring that the cathedral would remain the most beautiful in the world.
When Nicolas Poussin's patron, Chanteloup, complained in 1647 that the picture Poussin had done for him pleased him less than a painting the same artist had done for another patron, Poussin replied, "This is what you asked for."
Free art!
According to one 18th century observer, portrait painters are chiefly obliged to the vanity and self-love of their employers.
Free art!
It is impossible for the craft of man to invent a method to prevent the sale of portraits and looking glasses.
Free art!
Fuck you. Yeah. Dylan Thomas. See the garrulous others, gabbing and garlanded from one nest of culture vultures to another. People selling the English way of life and condemning the American way as they swig and guzzle their way through it. People resurrecting the theories of surrealism for the benefit of remote parochial female audiences who did not know it was dead, not having ever known it was alive. People talking about Etruscan pots and pans to a bunch of dead pans and wealthy pots in Boston.
Sexism lives.
New York Times Magazine. Seraphim's own collection includes a Rothko over the fireplace. Zach pose and dress, $1,600.
Sexism lives.
According to the rich list of the timesonline.co.uk.com, as of 2009, George Michael is worth £90 million in currency alone. Besides owning several multi-million-dollar homes worldwide, Michael and his partner Kenny Goss have amassed a huge art collection valued at £100 million.
First ladies. Betty Ford studied dance under Martha Graham. Rosalind Carter sponsored the first poetry festival and the first jazz festival at the White House. Nancy Reagan studied dramatic arts at Smith. Hillary Clinton hosted cultural evenings at the White House. Laura Bush launched the National Book Festival. And Michelle Obama hosted poetry meetings at the White House.
Abigail Adams is a major feminist.
Reverend Donald Wildman of the American Family Association held a press conference in 1989 to denounce the anti-Christian bigotry funded by the NEA. Wildman was referring specifically to Andres Serrano's Piss Christ, but the controversy expanded to include works by Annie Sprinkle, Karen Finley, and Robert Mapplethorpe.
On June 12, 1989, the Corcoran Gallery of Art announced that it was canceling an exhibit of Robert Mapplethorpe's photography. By September, the gallery issued a formal apology, announcing that the gallery's course in the future will be to support art, artists, and their freedom of expression.
Caravaggio, known as a brawler, avoided punishment thanks to the help of high-placed patrons. But when he killed a rival suitor, his patrons could do nothing, forcing the painter to flee to Naples. Hoping for permission to return to Rome, Caravaggio sent a painting of David with the head of Goliath, the severed head his own, to the cardinal nephew Scipione Borghese, who had the power to grant pardons.
Gang Bing was a Chinese general who served under Emperor Yongle in the Ming Dynasty. General Gang Bing is most notable for his act of self-castration as a display of loyalty to his emperor, and has therefore been recognized as the patron saint of eunuchs.
Johann Winckelmann was the father of modern archaeology and a methodological approach to our history. In his early life, he accepted a job as a tutor to the Lamprecht family and quickly fell in love with the son. This would be one of a long series of unrequited loves throughout his life. His enthusiasm for the male form excited his then budding admiration of ancient Greek and Roman sculpture. He was murdered in Trieste in a hotel bed by a fellow traveler named Francesco Arcangeli. Arcangeli thought Winckelmann was only a man of little account.